Trying to track him down. Rotates are here. MBK's down. Masuta, he's in control. Bit of a crossfire as MBK takes some pot shots. Tagged up a long distance. And there's no kits on this CD side. And they're losing control thick and fast.
Yeah,
Double
absolutely.
doors taken and the bomb planted. This is brilliant now for Sinners.
An absolute mess to start off, but they've managed to find themselves some consistency. Haji comes in with a queen double, though. NBK, not looking too bad. Still got the Julies in action. It's down to 0. Runs out of ammo in this USP that he's recovered, and that will cost him his life. The Julies coming up large. Looks so good for Sinners, but it would seem that Falcons comfortable to give them that space.
I don't know how Haji got 2. Wasn't he? He was in decon, right? And he managed to get out behind the silo and kill 2 players.
Side. Be sticky.
I think there's a bad smoke on the outside.
Right. Oh, God. Oh, God. And 4 players stacked on top of each other to give the A-bomb site a go. This, once again, could be a mess. They're going to work their way through a Molotov, or are they? Haji taking his silencer off. He's still alive, though, at the back end of the vent. Teammates coming in to assist. Once again, a bloodbath in favor of the CT side. This is...
Bit of a miss Molotov, but it shouldn't come to much effect. And a slower default this time. No attempted event dive, and they have to gain control or get a frag without giving up, you know, something enormous for free, because that's been the story of these last few rounds. And, wow. You think NBK saw a leg? That is brutal.
Yeah, maybe. He's definitely heard Zedko here as well. Can't keep his head, so at least the trade is there, and a bit of control comes along with it. Just lots of micro movements from Sinners. And they don't rightly know what to do with these advantages they're being given. Love this move as well from the CT side. The lobby crunch. It's a lot of information. No one around. It's being held for. So the overconfidence does need to be checked. This one feels very strange. Into lobby.
Did Masuta just try to go up the ladder?
I think so.
I think he did.
Got a bit punished.
That's amazing. Well, this is ridiculous. This is massive ring a rosy. You can see Haji is fearful of players getting through hell on the angle at the right time. Shock is now en route, and this is just a scramble from both teams. Sinners, what's the plan here? You have to kill Haji. Indeed, they do. Information given up. Kenny S is lower, and now they're gonna make a decision. Shock's making a lot of noise, but there's nobody nearby, and Kenny's gonna punish. Time is running down. 17 seconds, and Sinners don't, for me, look geared to even try this. They're giving this up.
Oh, man. They're even going to lose more players as it goes on. Zero's got to be very careful. The after time would make a massive difference. They are on the max loss bonus, of course, but all the same, he's here with an AK and 150.
Decade.
Yeah,
at least.
I know. It's mental. It's mental. I think him and Pasha probably maybe snacks after his little HLTV awards speech. But yeah, he's... I don't know, it's hard not to. It is hard not to, and I think you are right, though. The top level became a bit too much for him. The game changed massively from when he was, you know, dominant, so that's totally fair. But here, he's in farm mode at the moment, and you can see it. It's a small flick, but it looks nice and clean. Double scopes are never easy to land. Keep it coming against the pistols. Once again, Sinners are in the bin. Stuck for ideas. They don't even go for a cheeky force buy. So Zero's personal economy is going to be all over the place the next few rounds if he goes down with this AK.
This feels like the only route into the round, doesn't it? A Zedko clean cleavage of a headshot. Smoke fade will favour him. NKK's a little bit in the open, but yeah, he's too smart. MBK's been there before. He might have even seen the leg crossing into it, I guess. And I don't know. I mean, we're not expecting Sinners to win rounds like this, but when the economy's this out of control, they got to do some damage. That's a nice kill. That's a very nice kill. And a bomb plant, if it could be acquired, that'd be very nice for Sinners.
Oh, Kenny pretty close on the shots here. Not quite able to secure them. Just going for a few pot shots. Nothing landing, and this is something to consider. He's only got 1 bullet left in his magazine. However, Oscar pushing forwards, only good for the 1. Needed a little bit more than that. Beast Stick will be the last remaining now. I was going to say, had to get into position for a trade, but unfortunately, unable. 1v3. He opened up this opportunity. Tap onto the bomb. He reads that. Oh, clean headshot. Here we go. They get off it, though, and they've just got plenty of time to play with at the end of the day with the kits in play. At the very least, it's an expensive round and a bomb plant. So that's...
Playing world is not as Not as fruitful as it could be.
No, definitely true. Definitely true. So we'll see whether he keeps that trend up, I suppose. Sinners are yet to silence anyone on Falcons. Kenny's doing, obviously, a lot of the work. But Hadji, we are fans of Hadji here in this casting booth, I suppose. NBK, we're fans of moves like this. He's got so much influence. Smoke's going to go down. AWP falls. And that's the big danger, man. Zero is also going to go down to Kenny towards ramp. NBK keeps pushing forwards. Drop the bomb. All too easy right now for the Frenchman.
This is a train wreck. Wow. They've got to start chaining pauses because this is their map pick. This is their map pick. Zcode should get traded. Okay, or maybe there is a window here. He'll have to fell out MBK, but with the bomb down and all these nades, I mean, they can just chain them surely here, and there's no way to get this bomb back.
Yeah. Kenny catches an overpeak. B-Stick left to clutch up once again, but as you say, Smokes, plural. Maybe a small oversight, but there's definitely no chance he's getting through there. Will last till about 28 seconds, I think, if I clock the time properly, so it's just not going to be enough time, I think, to pick up the kills and the bomb and get a plant. You know, there'll be way too much resistance unless the CTs get a bit too aggressive. Yeah. And B-Stick kind of knows it. Maybe he doesn't want to go down after time this time around because he will have cash available.
Sinners, they need rounds. Moral victories aren't going to be enough here. They need to get at least 3 out of 4. And well, that was crazy. And they'll take that one, I think.
Yeah, the overconfidence of the CT side certainly getting the better of them. Python goes 1 for 1 in Hut there as well. So for the first time in the entire game, maybe? I think they did in the pistol, didn't they? But Sinners have got themselves a man advantage that is comfortable, and it's perhaps going to get even better. Kenny does survive. Doesn't get any damage out himself, though, so continues to look worse and worse, the HP bars here.
You'll take a bit of a risk if you're Falcons. You can't cover the whole map with only 3 players. Hadji, I think he's through the doorway there, and Squeaky is, so bit of information. He can fast flank, I guess, but they need that early warning system. They need to know the players soon will be going down lower, and MBK's not in the right place at the right time. He'd be great if he was down in hell at the moment, but yeah, it just feels like Sinners soon enough they'll be down the ramp untouched, and Falcons might even consider saving as soon as this bomb starts getting planted because they are well out of position.
B-Stick holding. Hadji's got
the gun.
Not going to clear it solidly, though. And it's B-Stick who moves first as the bomb starts to go down. Could have been a kill to make all the difference. They tried for a lobby crunch. Doesn't work. It looks like Sinners are going to get their first round. I think we have a save on our hands. They've got loads of cash, but I think they understand the precarious position that they're in. Do not want to lose said cash. Oh! Yep. Yep. Ah, come on, man. That's boring. Kenny S going to go down, and that's the AWP out. So, clean round from Sinners.
I'm not sure what was up there with the aggression. I don't think there was a flashbang as, it was went through the ramps.
Yeah.
And I guess they...
Out, and they do little bits of damage, but nothing too substantial here. Immediately slows down, doesn't it, once they've picked up their first round? They
haven't got any value out of those outer smokes. It's not done anything to Falcons. They're still playing 5 on the top side of the map. Nobody's even remotely concerned. The players are down. Kenny's ready and waiting. There's still 2 more players to join him on this A-bomb site. MBK is so nearby. Kenny tagged up a little bit. It's a good entry onto Hadji, but I don't think it's going to be enough. There's just so many players in the vicinity, and Python just can't be dealt with. There's too many angles. It's a good hold from Falcons, and Sinners, it's what I said. They just haven't at any point pushed.
Their basic CT setups are enough to work with. Everyone's hitting their shots, maybe even good for a couple, not just one. So you keep this up, Sinners. Aha! We'll need to try something a bit different, and this could be it. It looks like they have no idea of event drop. NBK is a bit scared up there. He's got no idea. freebie for Zero. Or if
It's
it comes
in.
off correctly, he did have a look, but the flash came in.
Good flash. Good flash. I think MBK was wised up. I guess somebody called. Could be down the vent.
Yeah.
Kenny S on the angle. Oscar peeks in and immediately traded. And yes, this space is nice, but there's one big red flashing problem, and that's the bomb in T spawn. So you might have got a player down, but there's a lot of work to do to actually kind of congregate towards a bomb site here. That's a nice kill from Zedco to retain that advantage, but a little bit more work to be done. And look at Hadji taking all this space. Pretty relentless here from Falcons.
Yeah, considering their, as we've kind of praised, their general setups look good. They decided to continue the contact aggression. Kenny S is doing the same thing. He's going to hear them dropping down, but might just be too far gone on this one. Neither player is anywhere near the B bomb site, so probably just another save angle and concede that second.
Well, I guess we can start having the damage limitation conversation. I think break the money this Falcon side, maybe 4 or 5 rounds, is actually on the table, which would be... that'd be monumental given how struggling they were at times at the start of this half. That was the first time... I think they actually got value out of... that was the first time they got value out of that vent dive, I think. It got down a lot of times, but Falcons would be so comfortable just to not really fight it. And, yeah, this time it works perfectly, and MBK's just not really in a good position to fight it. I think he was clued up, but he just absolutely thinks it. So, up here, a lot of natives to try and prevent the vent dive, and then a couple players. Kenny's in secret. We've got Hadji in towards main, and as well as MBK all the way towards the the blue crate by the garage. So a lot of numbers fighting outer, but that leaves nobody close rotate here on ramp. And as soon as Masuta drops, there's so much real estate to be taken. And look at them scrambling. Hadji's here, Kenny's in towards control, and these guys need to hit some shots, or this is going to go south very, very quickly. Oscar's already found the first. NBK's fallen by the wayside, and suddenly Kenny. We need an old school highlight. First is found. Molotov's going to put him in a rock and a hard place. And, well, 1 on 4, this would be quite something.
Too many targets, I think, at this point. He needed a little bit of assistance from his teammates, and it's just not going to happen. Everybody chiming in on the Sinner side as well. Much, much better from them. And like I said, it comes at the perfect time. The money not there. This AWP saved. He might get his highlight in the next round, to be fair, Alan, but not going to happen in this one. And they have plenty of time to hunt him down. The big one being Zedco, who is on the flank, but does need to speed up a little bit.
The happiest people right now are those with Kenny on their fantasy team. They are loving this. Especially if they went for the least deaths multiplier.
Yep.
They'd be screaming, telling him to keep the safe going. This is perfect, but...
goes from covering outside to covering ramp in a matter of 10 seconds. Really solid stuff. Great little door close as well. Looking great here for that CT side. Python activates. Finds success. 2 MP9s on top of each other. They've got good information on where these remaining players are coming from. So this looks... well, this looks like an 11th. Unless the 2 remaining players can change that tune.
Beasting down. Money's pretty decent. There'll be a couple Galils, I suspect, in the following. Unless Zero somehow can pull off a bomb plant, but... Python's down lower. Kenny can peek from the top. We've got players in main. Outside of Squeaky, it's just impossible. And maybe should even consider a saving. Drop 2 AKs in the following. Irrespective. Hadji's going to fall. He was going for the fight. And indeed the trade is fight.
Oh, NBK and Hadji not able to finish Zero. My goodness. From Zero, I suppose, to Hero going down the vent. He got down there. He sacrificed everything. Oh, the boost up as well. Speaking of sacrifices, maybe one that they didn't want to make is Kenny S going down early. Such a pivotal place as well. Ramp now going to be secured, and they've got that man down below. Zero will get dealt with quickly. Hadji has picked up the pieces. MBK is gathering great information, so they're very ready for the hit on the B-bomb site. It's just always the case of getting the numbers in. Hadji needs to stay alive, and he knows that. Great angle here. Finds one. And a second. No! Looks away at the worst possible time. It was there for him. Masuta's come in with the flank, however, and that might just do it. B-stick. They lined up, but he couldn't finish them. And that will be the 12-3 at the turn of the half coming in.
Looking good. Looking very good. A little bit of a stumble towards the end, but it doesn't change the picture painted. 12-3 lead for Falcons.
This pistol round needs picking up, then the next rifle, all that. All needs to happen, and MBK's got other ideas, of course. Natural, Orn, Killer, making his way through very quickly. Kenny S in his back pocket. B-Stick, nice trade. Needs a little bit more, though. These pistols are just running rampant all over the place. They are swarming on B-Stick, but he's fighting them off relatively well. 3 versus 3 ensues. Not a bad little result in the early stage, but I don't know where this T-side wants to end up, Alan.
Got some choices. It's not like the CTs are in a position to force them one way or the other. Very passive stuff, and of course, with our omnipresence seeing that X-ray, we can tell that lower bomb site is a little bit easier. It's just shock. USP in hand. As long as they stay well grouped, there should be a reasonably easy trade here. Shock. Real opportunity to do damage. First found. Second on the deck. Can he make it free? Hadji digs up Shock, but surely those rotates will be thick and fast. Zedko opens the doors. Bit of a hectic fight. And Hadji does indeed go down. So yeah, this is a set round for sure. Look at these mollies. Wow. Top hut. Back silo. Flash is about to rain in. They've invested everything into this, and it's not even 8. It's ramp, and nobody's here.
It could work. Shock's here. Nice Molotov to slow them down, but they're going to go after him. It seems like a contact Mach 10 play. Gets 2, however, so I think that might be enough for him to, again, pass on the info and remain in charge as the Sinners squad. MBK is going to slowly make his way up the ramp towards heaven. Sorry, the ladder towards heaven. Spots no one. Still goes for it. He's got the bomb. So probably does not want to die here, and he does recognize that fact. Back down the ladder he will go. Not sure what Falcons set round. That might be a bit generous. Oscar holding the close angle down below. They're going to clear it. It's always tough to clear, but he goes down quick. That's another rifle recovered. Now we panic if we are a Sinners fan, Sinners players. They're going to make their way all the way down. But the bomb will be planted before they really have an opportunity to fight back. The defense is strong here as well, and Kenny finds the final frag. I think it is pretty much game over, and MBK has had an easy path down below. B-Stick on an MP9. There's no way he can fight against the A4. Nice to see one out, I suppose. Shock. Meanwhile, has to be very careful with this move. Here. It's not him that's going to get timing. It's Oscar with nade in hand. They contact ramp, and very effectively do they contact ramp. B-Stick, that should have been his kill every day of the week. Over. This is it.
Round over.
Save. Go for it. I mean, game over if this one ends.
It is. I mean, it is game over, isn't it? It's going to take a miracle. Be it a retake here or 10 on the trot just to make it to overtime. Wow, that sequence in towards ramp of was it B-Stick there first that looked away at the wrong time, and then Oscar comes in thinking that ramp is being held. He's got a nade in hand, ready to re-smoke or something, and gets caught with his pants down. That was painful. That was painful. Falcons can do no wrong in Sinners. Wow, every gap they leave, be it their defense or their offense, is just getting exploited at every time. It's just painful. Another word for it.
Python on high, looking to catch Oscar here. Trying. Not able to do so. So MBK is going to go down Oscar with an aggression with Kenny S's AWP, I believe. Finds great success. Zero also looking good. Goes back for more. And he will take names with him. Only 2 remain, therefore, for Falcons. So we're going to get an extension of the game here. The question really is, how long will it be? Plenty of cash built up. Oh, and an attempt at getting down. If he'd made it down, the bomb plant would have been in. Does not happen. Set to be a flawless round for Sinners. The first one, I would say. Python, here's a reload. Goes for a peek, and now gives his position away.
Finally something to feel good about. Into already committing to, 4 ramp or 4 down secret. I'd like to just see a slower round where we take control. I mean, just see what happens. See what actually tries to get this aggression mode. 2 in from ramp. Shots don't connect. Oscar finally comes back to get his due. MBK may get one in return, but look at where this bomb is. Hands of Oscar and Kenny. Surely not long for this world. How on earth do you get this bomb back? Keeps finding these opening kills, and Zedko has been a complete menace. Second one found, 5 on 3. Starting to fall apart.
Yeah, I couldn't bail him out there, but again, info, damage. Nade follows up as well to just continue the trend. And the T side have really not gained as much control as they would like, given the 2 players they've given away. Oscar's pushed up. Yeah, this is a fantastic spot. 4v3 with info. What more do you need? 0. Playing it safe. Could have got aggressive there for a second, but opts not to do so. Python down below. Has to give his position away. Very, very slow movement here from Falcons.
So they just cleared a lobby of Sinners. So they got that information. I guess they're a little bit nervy of something wrapping out and coming in towards Hell. Shock is all on his own. This is a big fight. And thank God Shock won that, or that would have been lower bomb side open for business. 2 on 4 now. Bomb is here. And Sinners, after a little bit of checking out of here, should be aware that Secret is really the only avenue left. So, are they saving? Wow. Falcons have just fallen apart. Can't find anything.
Yep. Gone south real fast. Sinners closing the gap. Starting to make us think, aren't they? Overtime is obviously the only option for the defending side, but they're getting closer and closer. Not getting super aggressive at all. Oscar, meanwhile, is pushed up. Don't know if he's been seen here. Masuta has escaped his crosshair somewhat, but it's not an angle that you win lightly. Haji might just back into it, though, or something along those lines. I really don't know who's got the info here and who doesn't. Masuta thought he had the drop, but will fall pretty quick. Not ideal at all. Kenny trying to find some kind of trade, but the Sinners, they know, play safe, play light, and it could go well. Great find from Python. Gets himself a second. The window was so small, but he squeezes through with that deagle. They're going to get the bomb plant that they so desperately needed, and now the rest becomes bonus, maybe even the map to go their way. Oscar, AWP on a retake, plus Zedco, that only makes 2. That's not enough for my money. The no-scope merchant is back, but only for 1. Zedco can't find anything. 16-12 in the end.